Okay, guys, let's talk paint materials, the things that you are going to need today and for these next few days. So the first thing, you are going to need 3 pieces of sketchbook paper, which you know where to find it, right there in that top bin. If you don't know where that is, ask someone because it's been the entire year. You should know where that is, okay? So 3 pieces of that. Now, the other things that you need to get set up for, this is where all of your paint supplies are going to be, okay? So nothing is on the counters. We want to try to keep that pretty cleared off, okay? So 1 paint tray per table. Refill colors as you need them. They're pretty full right now. And you guys do a pretty good job of refilling them. So 1 of those per table. All of the acrylic paints need to be on this top shelf here only, okay? Now, you're going to need a few other materials. So in this bin, and we won't need all of this stuff today, but just so you know where it's at. But these are 3 things that you will need today. So in this container, this is sand. Each table will need a container of that. There's this container of white, it looks like white paint, but it's actually a priming medium called gesso, which is just kind of a primer, okay? Each table will need one of those. Now, if you happen to run out of this gesso medium, up here in this big kind of jug, you can refill it with that. This is not white paint, but you can put that in there, okay? In this container here, this is where extra sand is that you can just scoop into if you need that as well, okay? Now, the other thing that you're gonna need today are tissue paper. So there are little circles like this. You'll probably need 2 of those today. If we run out of those, I have bigger sheets behind here. Just take what you need. Later on, this week, I can't remember if it's Tuesday or Wednesday, you are going to need forks or these texture tools. So that is where these are here, okay? I did leave some paintbrushes out for you, but I would really like you to use the ones that are in your bin because you guys do a terrible job of rinsing them out, okay? So please, if you do use them, rinse them out because actually earlier today, I found paintbrushes in here that were dirty. So we're gonna review how to rinse out those brushes. So I'm gonna take you over to the sink here. So, what you guys have a tendency to do is just run it under the sink like this. And that does not do anything. Please scrub it around on the bottom of the sink and make sure all of that paint is out, okay? Please do not ruin my paintbrushes, okay? Also, look at the sinks right now. Look how good they look. Yeah, that's because there's nothing left in them. Do not leave brushes or water cups or anything in the sinks. Water cups, you will need those today. Fill it up halfway, 1 per table. You will also need some paper towels, okay? You can get those from the paper towel tray. Now, one other thing. So in this container here, which is sitting on the sink, these are used popsicle sticks. And I know that they look like they have paint all over them, but they've actually been rinsed off. And this is what you are going to use to scoop out your paint onto your cardboard pallets, okay? So remember, let me grab my cardboard palette. So remember, 1 of these per color. And if you're mixing colors or something, just take a little bit. We don't need a lot of paint, guys. And just put it on here. Get a new one or use the opposite side, and you can scoop out to then mix your color, ideally with your paintbrush, okay? So that is how we do that. Then when you are done, come back over to the sink and just rinse it off. I know that it's going to stain it a little bit. It's not a big deal. Just rinse it off and put it back in this tub over here, okay? Because I do not have any other popsicle sticks. There are some on the center table, right there in that white box, but once those are gone, they are gone. So reuse from here first. Don't throw those away, okay? And then just as a reminder, Your cardboard mixing palettes, we don't throw those away either until they are like so caked on with paint that no one can use them anymore. Those are in that box right under the table there, okay? So that is all the stuff that you need. So after I put my paint back away, everything should look nice and organized at the end of every class. Do not leave anything in the sinks, okay? Your drawing, your paintings that you're going to be creating on your little sheets of paper, too small to put on the drying rack, they'll just get lost. Put them in your bin on the very top, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started on our first video of the things that you need.